Ghost Nerf herders, listen up! Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and as you can see, there's not much left here. I am pretty much down to my last trailer load, which will be heading down either tomorrow or Thursday, depending on when my new modem shows up. My internet gets set up there Thursday, and then I will finally be able to move there and work from there and do my filming there and all of that. However, the very next day, I'll be headed to West vs. Zombies. A week after that, I'll head to End War. The day after that, God's willing, I'll be dead, and I will finally find peace. Anyway, doing an auxiliary update because of those events and because of the whole acquisition of the MakerSpace. I have huge plans for that and look forward to truly implementing them. They should be a lot of fun. Crew headquarters and, by extension, auxiliary headquarters is going to be quite magnificent, and I look forward to being able to host events there and hopefully using what gets created from that to then host my own large events on the scale of West vs. Zombies. Probably never going to get to the scale of End War because they've got such a lead on us, but I like to hope larger events. We just need to find venues around here, so that should be a lot of fun. Stay tuned for that. But for the events that are happening, West vs. Zombies is this weekend in Utah. I know there's going to be at least a few auxiliary there, and it should be a lot of fun. West vs. Zombies is run a lot differently than most HVZs because instead of having large goals that large groups of humans are moving towards, they have lots of little mini quests that small groups of humans are out trying to complete, and they also then have similar quests for the zombies that they're out trying to complete, as well as zombies trying to tag humans and all of that. And for completing the quests, you get tickets that can then be turned in for fabulous prizes, and it's really an awesome way to run things. One, loads of stuff gets given away. You get to play as much or as little as you want. If you want to run 3 missions and then just watch the humans flail, you can. If you want to go on a mission, take a break, go on a mission, take a break, go on a mission, or if you just want to run yourself ragged all day long, it's a very flexible game style, and I'm looking forward to that. I get to play an NPC again. I'll be playing a mercenary, so groups of humans can hire me for whatever they feel like. A Twix, a bag of Skittles, a root beer, a smile and a nod, song and a dance, whatever. And I will then go with you on your mission to help you complete it. Which works out well for everybody. The humans get, 1 extra person. I won't be packing any ridiculous armaments because all of my heavy stuff is already in a trailer on its way to Georgia. But I will, have my expertise and my willingness to die stupidly. Humans, of course, want to try to stay alive, and they may have to abandon a mission to make a run for it, or what have you, whereas I'm perfectly willing to stand and hold off the horde and die valiantly so that the humans can succeed in their mission, and on the same time, the zombies get all sorts of special bonuses for taking out Black Knights. There should be a couple of us. I don't know who all they have lined up to play the Black Knights. But there are certain, you get special tickets for tagging out a Black Knight, which can then be used to get certain special prizes. Last year, the first person to take out one of the Black Knights got a special prize. Stuff like that. So, loads of fun for everybody. So rather than the auxiliary helping me, I will potentially be helping the auxiliary, which could be a lot of fun. I'll get to... The other really nice thing about that is it means I'll get to work with lots of different groups, if there are lots of auxiliary there, lots of small groups of auxiliary, and work on our team tactics, without having to worry about me getting tagged and up, now I can't work with you guys anymore. We'll be able to go through basic drills, formations, various calls, practice all of that, hopefully, in the field, and it'll be a really good learning experience, I'm hoping. So I'm really very thankful for NVZ for giving me that opportunity. I know I've said in previous videos that it really behooves people who are playing humans to then play zombies when they get turned, and then I keep ending up playing NPCs where I never get turned into a zombie, or if I do, I end up getting turned back, and that, kind of feels hypocritical, but there are reasons that, the mods have asked me to do that, or why I've asked the mods if I could do that, or what have you. So let me know if you think that's just absolutely out of line and I shouldn't do it, and I'll, talk to mods for future events. But for now, it definitely works out. End War, I will definitely not be playing an NPC. The crew has actually been hired for End War. Somebody hired us as a private security company to provide him with security. So there are going to be a total of 8 crew there, full crew. Actually, 7, 1 recruit, but he will probably be full crew by the end of the event. there's rules about how that works. There's going to be 3 of the old veteran corps, myself, our quartermaster, and the lieutenant, and then all 5 of the local new recruits are all going to be able to go there. So it's going to be an excellent showing, plus anywhere between at least probably 150 auxiliary, though who knows how that's actually going to play out. Obviously, we've been hired to keep him alive as long as we possibly can, which will probably be about 15 minutes in when the entire horde targets us to wipe us out because we're a big, juicy target, which is true and fantastic. We'll probably get one glorious stand 5 minutes into the game, and then we get to be silly. And oh, we're going to be silly. But in the event that we actually do manage to survive, the biggest thing that helps the humans ultimately survive is completing the missions. And so we will be trying to organize the auxiliary to run missions as much as we can, as well as provide additional support for us. A lot of it's kind of going to depend on what the guy who hired us wants to do. If he wants to go be reckless and try to run the missions at the front line, then that's what we'll do. And like I said, we'll probably all die valiantly. If he wants to hold back and be more of a base of operations, organizing all of the things, we can do that. If he wants to stay on the move, however he wants to play it, as long as he doesn't just want to sit at the indoors and just wait till the finale, we will probably be fine with however he wants it to run. And I know there are a lot of you out there who have your own squads. You're coming with a group of people. Remember, your squad structure will be honored. You will just be a squad within the auxiliary, if you so choose. You are not obligated to. You can do your own thing, run your own thing, do it however you want. But if you want to work under us for the larger organization and help with the coordination of the big missions and all of that, that would be really cool, and we will try to get that done. And again, we'll try to do as much training in the field as we can. I have yet to have the time to do the training videos the way I want to do them, largely because the auxiliary or the crew around here is kind of spread out. Hopefully once we have the makerspace, we'll then be able to do a dedicated day where we just go through and film all of the various tactics and formations and orders and whatnot, so that, you know, by next end war, we'll hopefully have a much more cohesive core of veterans who have an idea of what's going on and can help the people who are new or who haven't had an opportunity to actually do the training in person. So that's kind of what we're going for these 2 events, and it's going to be fantastic. Stay hydrated. It's gonna be warm. Up next, we have a decidedly less pleasant topic, and that is auxiliary conduct. And before I get started, I want to make it very clear that the incidents that led up to this were an absolute minuscule amount of interactions that have happened in the auxiliary. An absolutely baffling amount of what has happened has been absolutely amazing, beyond anything I ever imagined the auxiliary would be. The auxiliary is by far one of the most amazing things I have ever been a part of, and something that I am incredibly proud to be a part of. But there have been a number of incidents over the course of the auxiliary's existence, and it's something that it can't be avoided in an organization once it reaches a certain size. And we are definitely of that size, and we are definitely way bigger than I ever expected the auxiliary to get, much less to have gotten this big this fast. I was hoping to have a squad of auxiliary at end war, much less a company. And the few minor incidents that have come up here and there have generally been dealt with very well by the moderation team, the NCOs that I've appointed within both the Discord and the Facebook, and then I police my own comments on my videos. And I am going to get a lot more active in both the Facebook and the Discord in order to hopefully prevent further incidents like this. And I'm not going to go into specifics. I am instead going to go over broad concepts of what fall into what I consider conduct unbecoming a member of the auxiliary. In the past, I've talked about what I do want to see you do, because I wanted to be positive and proactive. I want you to be inviting of new people, and I want you to be encouraging and give good advice and give positive advice, and, you know, help people to learn, be a positive force within the community, help events run better, loan blasters out if you're willing to new people who show up. Things like that. The positive aspects that I wanted to see the auxiliary be. What I have yet to really discuss are the sorts of things that I won't tolerate, that aren't acceptable within the auxiliary. Now, there are small things that'll get you just a warning, bad language on either the Facebook group or the Discord. We try to keep it clean because there are kids, and just because we don't need the vulgarity. It just isn't necessary. Those sort of things will get you a hey, behave yourself. Some things will get you a decidedly more severe punishment, especially if you've been warned before. And those are the sorts of minor things that will be handled by the moderation team, by the NCOs, the corporals, the lance corporals, the sergeant. The sort of things that I'm going to talk about are the sort of things that will end up getting you dealt with by me directly. And there aren't very many, but they are all very serious, and they are things that I take very seriously because the auxiliary is an extension of me. If you do things while wearing an auxiliary badge that reflects badly on the auxiliary, it reflects badly on me, and I'm going to take that personally. It also reflects poorly on the community, or the Nerf community as a whole, and I take that very personally because I enjoy this hobby, and I want this hobby to be better and to grow and to be an inviting place for everybody. So what sorts of things qualify as conduct unbecoming a member of the auxiliary? Bullying is one. I've already done a whole video on my views on bullying. It will not be tolerated. If you're just being unnecessarily mean, making fun of people's blasters, making fun of their loadouts, or making fun of, them in general, that's not going to be tolerated. And we have had to call people out on that. And I have actually drummed at least one person out because they just couldn't stop being mean to people for no reason. Anytime you want to make a comment, ask yourselves 3 questions. Is what I'm saying true? Is what I'm saying useful? And is what I'm saying kind? And if any of those are lacking, seriously reconsider before you comment, because any of those things are the sort of things that will get you talked to by me, or if not me, at least by one of the NCOs. Another one is harassment, and I mean all manner of harassment, but the one that really jumps to mind is sexual harassment, especially towards members of the community. That reflects so poorly on the auxiliary that it is the sort of thing I'm likely not to give you a warning for. I'm likely to just say, you did this while wearing an auxiliary badge, take off the badge and get out. And I will ask for the full story if it gets brought to my attention. We do not throw people out on a whim. We have done it almost never. Most people, we've given them a warning and they've opted to leave on their own. Actually, actively drumming someone out is something that we are very hesitant to do without probable cause. And the officers will meet and evidence will be presented. And if we have to go get testimonies, we will. But if it is found that you did that, you're going to be drummed out. And I will do it personally. I will contact you personally and tell you why you're being drummed out, what you did, and ask you to leave. And if you do not agree to leave on your own, then you will be publicly drummed out. Another thing that I simply will not tolerate is bigotry and intolerance. And I know I can hear some of you typing away in the comments that being intolerant of intolerant people is inherently intolerant. No, it isn't. And you know that. That is a weak and pathetic and false logic used by bigots to get away with their bigotry, to justify their bigotry. No, one of the tenets of a tolerant society is not tolerating intolerance. It has to be. Otherwise, there is no tolerance. And you can cry and scream First Amendment all you want. You know it isn't true. And more to the point, it doesn't matter. The auxiliary is not the federal government, it's not the state government, it's not a government of any kind. It is a totalitarian dictatorship run by me. I am the captain. I get to decide what is and isn't allowed here, and I will not tolerate bigotry. Not racism, not anti-Semitism, not Islamophobia, nothing. I will not have it. And if you comment it in there even as a joke, there's a very good chance you're gonna get drummed out on the spot. And again, by me personally, because I take it very, very personally. This is something that's very important. This is something that needs to be said, and I know it's very harsh, and like I said, it is a minuscule percentage of what has been happening. The auxiliary is absolutely magnificent, and that is why I am being so harsh about this. Doing those things, being that way, bringing that hatred and that evil to the auxiliary damages the auxiliary. It harms the auxiliary, and I am very protective of the auxiliary, and I will protect it. I will be fair. Like I said, I will talk to you personally. I will say, this is what you said, and I said this was not tolerated, and I will ask you to leave. And if you choose not to leave, then you will be publicly drummed out, because it needs to be known that the auxiliary will not tolerate this. That if you come to me and tell me, hey, this person said this thing at this event, I will look into it. I will ask them, what did you say? I will ask for witnesses. Did anyone else see this? It doesn't have to be something that happened at the Discord. It doesn't have to be something that happened on Facebook or in my channels. If you were wearing the auxiliary badge or were known to be a member of the auxiliary when you did these things and someone comes to me, that's conduct unbecoming a member of the auxiliary. And I will take it very seriously, and I will look into it, and if I have to drum you out, I will. It has happened very, very little, and I hope it will happen very, very little in the future. And if you do voluntarily leave when asked, that does give you the opportunity to potentially come back if you can prove that you have changed your behavior. That is not going to be easy to do, but you will have the opportunity. If I have to publicly drum you out, there is no coming back from that. All right, you scum. Now you know how I feel. Thank you for watching.